is that in the evenings, we would play a lot of board games, Monopoly. With us, Sorry was a fun game. It's a game where you roll dice and you move your player around. And if you land on somebody else, you get to knock them off and send them back, and they got to keep playing. Except we didn't play the game Sorry. We played the game I'm Not Sorry, because we had fun with it.
Right.
And if you think about the work concept, if we took all of the effort and all of the joy and all of the planning and all of the fun and all of the scheming and all that we do, that we put into a board game, if we looked at work as a game, if we had the game of work, how more productive would your associates be? How many more sales would you land? How much more strategizing would you do? How far would you push yourself to go? Because when you play a board game, you play to win the game. And so in life, in work, do we play at work to win the game of work? And that's what I like to look at. And when you do, you give yourselves targets. You know what the goal is. You know where the score is. You know what out of bounds are. So you stay within those parameters because you're playing to win. And if we had that same kind of effort, kind of like what you saw there, or what I saw just now in Harold, that kind of passion to win at the game of work, how could we ever lose?
Right. Yeah.
And so that's a big thing for me. And I talk about it all the time with my company. When I talk to our employees about how did we do today at the game of work? And what was your scorecard like? Because when you play a game to win, if you're playing Monopoly, you're already looking 3 rolls ahead to figure out, how can I get around to get that other piece? How do I have Park Place. How do I get Boardwalk? You're planning not just to play, you're planning to win. And so we have to have that same passion, that same effort, that same mindset when we come to work. And,
wow.
And
I like this. I love this side of you, Gary. I love this side of you. This is good.
Well, it's growing up playing sports our whole life, whether it's at a local level or at a professional level. If you don't engage with that kind of mindset, you're going to get trampled. Or as Harold said, there's going to be those who left behind, and there's going to be millionaires, right? Yep. And that's exactly what Harold was saying. And when I see a passion like that behind somebody's effort, it's infectious. And you want to join in, and you want to be a part of it. And you want to make sure that you're doing everything in your capacity to make sure that someone like that, like Harold, is successful. And so,
and you're right. And when you get passionate about something like this, and what you're doing on a daily basis, you're having fun with it, you're passionate about it, it's not work. It doesn't feel like work, and it's really not work. Then all of a sudden you have a different mindset and a different mission,
Yeah.
So tell us, let's jump right into it, Gary. Why Black MP? Why am I filling this up right before my meeting? Check this out. Made it nice and dark and full. What do you got there?
I'm going to give this to Mel. Okay. It's our powder. If I went to the store and I needed vitamins for men, I needed vitamins for women, I need probiotics, I need zinc, I need magnesium, I need calcium, iron, potassium, fulvic, humic, 70 other trace minerals. If I did all that and bought them individually, we have a store here, and it's on site also, GNC, General Nutrition Center. And that's where a lot of people go to buy their vitamins, and they go to buy their minerals, and they go to buy their supplements. If you took everything that was in a black and you tried to buy it a la carte, one at a time, it would cost you $969.89.
We got a deal going on, guys.
Exactly. That's right. You want to talk about people always try to look at, well, how much does it cost? Well, what would it cost you if you didn't have it? $969.89 on one website. And all I did was just go out and say, okay, 30-day supply of probiotic pills. That, first of all, if you're not alkaline, or if you're not taking those probiotics with an alkaline water, you're not even going to get the effects of that because your stomach acids are going to eat them up.
And they're probably not soil-based. They might be synthetic probiotics too. You don't, you know.
Correct. Yeah. Man-made, right? That is exactly correct. Or you chase down, you know, potassium, magnesium. They're all about $10 each. So if you took 70 trace minerals alone at $10, that's $700.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to provide Mel this one-page sheet with the powder on it, and it's going to show you. I'm trying to make it so I can see it all, but there's a la carte and all the different listings and the pricing and everything like that.
Wow, that's good.
I'll get that to you, Mel, so you can share that with everybody.
By the way, let me put it in gallery view for a minute so you can see how everybody likes it. You know what? Gary is the one that put together the mechanics of that new brochure that you guys are all seeing. And when he first sent it to me, I was like, whoa, this is incredible. And now all of you are receiving it with your shipments of Black MP. And I know overseas, you know, you got the templates for it as well. And everybody else is receiving it, you know, with each order. But raise it up. What do you guys think of the new brochure? What do you think? Do you love it? Do you love it? Do you love it? So now Gary just showed us another tool. So we're going to get that out there and to get it in a high gloss, beautiful situation. And can't wait to have that. So there you go, Gary. I think they're loving this.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple things on the R&D, the research and development front. Harold, keep your fingers crossed. Mel and I have been working really hard with, and I'm not sure if it's Harold, Mel, or who you're working with in the Philippines, but we're this close on getting that FDA approval in the Philippines. I'll be sending some documents over to Mel today that I think might close the door on that process.
All right, Philippines team, raise it up. What do you think? There you go.
we've had some issues, I guess, with shelf life, and it's very hard to get shelf life understood when you're talking about pulling product out of the ground that's been there for thousands of years. We're not changing it in any way. We're just putting it in a bottle and sending it off to the Philippines. So has it been around for 1,000 years? Yes. So what's the shelf life of it? Okay, we get that. In the United States, they want a minimum of 2 years of shelf life printed on the bottle. But shelf life is an interesting concept because you have use before. It's going to go bad if you don't use it by this date. Or you have best by, which means that the efficacy or the efficiency of that product, the potency, is best served and taken prior to the date. So it doesn't mean that it goes bad. It means that it could lose its potency or lose its efficiency. Okay. And then there is product like ours that really doesn't have a shelf life. But because everybody else does, we have to give ours a shelf life. So the FDA asks for 2 years. So we've put 3 years on the bottle. So we give it an extra year simply because, let's say, shipping time or transportation or turnover, or, you know, let's say you're doing your very best, you're winning at the game of work, but you're taking it from point to point and you are running into point of entry issues. So we need some more lead time on that product. So we've given it 3 years. Also,
Gary, I wish it was only 30 days of shelf life, because we have something called Smart Ship and it makes everybody rich because they reorder and reorder and reorder. So.
well, the Smart Ship, though, where that comes into play is it has 30 days supply.
Yes,
so
yes.
You don't want to go out in 30 days and buy this once and then have to turn around and spend $900 on another 30 days worth of, a la carte supplements. So the auto ship is very, very important, but it's also very economical and very beneficial, because otherwise you're looking at a $900 bill to do the same thing this one little bottle does. So shelf life though, what we have done is this is the original, this is the very, very, very first bottle of water that I ever ran.
Wow.
This is the original bottle, and I've never opened it.
Take a picture on that.
And that's because you can see it's got all the old logos. I'll send you a picture of it, Mel.
No. I'm taking, this is history in the making. I'm taking a picture of Gary Ferguson showing the very first bottle of Black MP.
Yeah. Okay. This is 4.5 years old. This bottle right here. If I opened it up and tested it, I can guarantee you that it hasn't dropped one iota of alkalinity. The minerals are still there. The fulvic and the humic is still there. If I turn it upside down, there's no
residue at the bottom.
Anything,
yeah.
Right.
No mold or residue or nothing.
Right. Nothing. It's
wow.
It's just good. Now
that's powerful.
This was the bottle that I ran first in 2017. I have, and I'll bring it out one day. I don't have it with me right now, but I have bottles that go all the way back to 2015 with dates on them that are not labeled and bottled up. There are test bottles. So from 2014, when we developed our first product, 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21, every single year in January, I retest that bottle. And so I send it off to the lab every single year. And I hold on to it because that way I know it doesn't get lost or it doesn't get, but every year I have it tested. So I have all of the clinical tests from 14 through 21 to speak to the shelf life, Harold. So we're compiling all the historical data that we have clinically gathered so that we can represent back to the Philippines FDA about the shelf life. Everything else about the product has been approved with the Philippine FDA, only the shelf life. So they wanted a more comprehensive explanation and they wanted more clinical data. So what I've done is I've gone back to our lab and say, pull up all the historical data, compile it into one report and get it to me. So I'll have that this week. Mel, I might even have it today. Okay.
Wow.
So
that'd be awesome.
As soon as I can get it, I will get it to you so we can get that process going. And then I think that closes the door on the requirements, or technically I should say it opens the door for the FDA in the Philippines. So
the only other thing we got to do with that, Gary, is then we got to get a private plane and load up 500 kilos and go straight to the Philippines private with the powder.
Yeah.
Can you believe that? I mean, you know, they're always looking in the airlines for the white powder, and we're going to load up like 500 to 1,000 kilos of black powder.
With the black powder, exactly. So why Black MP? We never really haven't even answered that. I've just got so much to talk about today, but something else that is about to occur here in the United States that you can use there in worldwide is our slogan is being trademarked and it's got approval.
Well, you're full of surprises today. This is good.
Yeah. So right here, United States trademark service mark application principal register. This is my actual trademark registry right here. And it's for our Black NP name and for our slogan, which if everybody wants to know it, the choice is clear. The water is black. And so we can take that and convert that into powder. We can use it in different ways, but it's a clear choice. And the choice is water is clear. That's our play on it. but our water is black. The choice is clear. The water is black. And so I just got
write that down, everybody. The choice is clear. Say it again, Gary. And the water is black.
The choice is clear. The water is black. But I mean, initially you could even say the powder is black, but the whole point of this is to convert it into beverages or whatever. So whether it's water or not, but yeah. And so that's taken me about 2 years to get, and just by chance, it arrived last week. So I'm really excited about that. And then
that's something we just need to sing. That's a cool tagline. That's awesome.
Yeah. You know, and we just had, Mel, did I send it to you? We just had a published magazine article in Retail Merchandiser magazine. I'll send you the link.
Yeah.
It's about the water. The article is about the water, but in it, you'll see our black MP powder and our concentrate. It's about where we are, Foods for Athletes. I thought they did a wonderful job on it. So that's available now digitally. That's online. So I'll send you that link.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot of coming out of this pandemic. Things are starting to roll again, and we're getting really active. I wanted to talk today about electrolytes just for a few minutes. I've tried each time to talk about something. And the reason why I want to talk about electrolytes is the impact that it has with diabetes. I lost my father to diabetes because and he was only 64. When my father was fighting diabetes, they didn't know a lot about it yet. So they were just giving you stuff, and it just ate him up. It ate up all his organs. And I don't know if we talked last time about the A1C. A1C is the scale, just like a pH balance is 0 is acidic and 14 is alkaline. A1C is a test that measures the age of your blood cells. And it's very, very, very important that you have young blood cells. Now, they do an A1C test about every 90 days. And the reason that is because the average lifespan of blood cells is 90 days. And then what they do is they have the life expectancy. We've talked about this, the life expectancy of a blood cell, and then the lifespan of a blood cell. How long is it actually living? 90 days is the expectancy, but that A1C measures how close you get to the 90 days, or how far away or how much you fall short of the 90 days. The higher the registry of an A1C is, you're falling short of your blood cell life expectancy. And that's dangerous, because that means that your organs are not as healthy as they should be. Your blood cells are not as fluid. Your body is not pushing blood to your extremities the way it should be. So understanding that your cell lifespan or expectancy and your lifespan is very important. And here's where electrolytes come into play. This is the beauty of electrolytes. And this is what's great. The electrolytes are naturally occurring in our humic and fulvic minerals. We have close to 100 electrolytes when you look at what we have in here. Electrolytes are positively charged ionic molecules. Now that's a mouthful. And what it transfers is to one word: energy. Electrolytes are the energy carriers to the body, to the mitochondria, to the blood cells, okay? Now you've got different energy sources in your body. One of them is carbohydrates. We take sugar in, right? Your pancreas develops insulin to synthesize the sugar, which the liver does the synthesizing. Well, in diabetic situations, okay, your body mass index is off, and the amount of insulin, whether it's regulated at the pancreas level or synthesized in the liver, isn't functioning correctly. There are those who have to take insulin because the pancreas has failed altogether, type 1s, but there are many because of their body mass index their body can't synthesize the sugars correctly. And in that situation, we then have to manage the game of work. We have to manage the sugar intake in our bodies. Carbohydrates are an energy. Tortillas, breads, fruit, dairy, milk, things that we all love, right? All those carbohydrates convert to sugars. Every 13 grams of carbohydrates is 1 gram of sugar. The doctors say that an average person with a properly functioning liver, pancreas, insulin synthesis process should have no more than 25 grams of sugar a day. That's if everything's working right. For diabetics, it should be somewhere around 6 to 8, okay? 1/3 of what that is. Now, if you take carbohydrates, but there's no sugar in my food. Yes, but you're eating a burrito, okay? The rice, the tortilla.
It all converts to sugar, yeah.
All of it converts to sugar, which then accounts towards those precious 6 to 8 grams of sugar that we need to be careful with. Electrolytes provide even greater energy than carbohydrates, and they do not convert to sugar. That is why our product works so well with diabetes, because it gives the body the energy it needs, but it doesn't contribute to the difficulty that the body has synthesizing or processing the sugar. It brings no sugar to the table, but it gives your body the energy it needs to metabolize and give yourself a functioning, I guess, human mechanism. It makes your body go. It gets oxygen to the blood. It gets energy to the blood to push that fresh oxygen. And by not having the sugar, which we all know is the new tobacco, sugar accelerates the age. Sugar radically accelerates the lifespan of your blood cells. So sugar breaks the lifespan down so much that you don't get close to the life expectancy of your blood cells. And that causes kidney problems, liver problems, bad circulation. You lose, that's why people end up having all kinds of circulation issues, is because the blood is coagulated. It's so acidic because it doesn't have any way. The sugar has broken it down. The blood veins break down. Electrolytes do none of that. It actually fortifies the blood. And we use massive amounts of electrolytes in our product. And that's why it helps so much with diabetes, because the humic mineral surrounds the viruses or the if you want to call them the alien that's inside the blood. The fulvic draws the impurities or the toxins out of the inner cell, and then the electrolytes provide the energy so that the blood can then flow to your body and give your body what it desires. And it's wonderful working. So I wanted to talk about why the electrolytes, we don't talk about them a lot, but it's the energy. It's the body's energy, and you're maxing out your electrolytes in our product.
We needed. I love that. I love that. And you know what? I'm taking sips of the water while you're talking, because it even strengthens my belief on everything. And I've always said from the beginning that we're super excited. We've got the #1 health beverage in the entire world, in my opinion, that it's the #1. And when we've talked in the past about fulvic and the power of that, the humic minerals, the probiotics, and now to add the electrolyte conversation in there, it's just like, and the way you just explained it, Gary, it's like, oh my gosh, how can I not take this drink right now this morning,
Right. So if you think about a blood cell being a storage unit, right? Here in California, all of our homes, none of them have basements. In the East Coast, they were all built with basements because of storms, etc. We're out here, we have slab floors. It's a slab of cement, and then you build your house. So everybody out here has all these storage units because they keep so much junk that they end up having to put it, their garage is full, so they get a storage unit. Well, when you clean out the storage, you're really getting rid of the junk. And so do you have an empty storage? What are you putting back in that storage? So when the humic and the fulvic cleans out the junk that's in your blood cells, the electrolytes are now filling that storage space with energy and minerals and nutrients that energy that Harold, that passion that Harold has is similar to what the passion could be, if you want to say that, and what the electrolytes bring to that blood cell. And now your body is just raring to go, to explode and do what it wants to be, what you want it to do.
So there's a bunch of little heralds in those electrolytes that are in your system.
That's right. And all those little heralds then get into your brain cell and very simply says, do I want to be left behind, or do I want to be a millionaire? That's an easy question, right? So yeah. Maybe we'll start calling the electrolytes heralds, little heralds. This is full of little heralds. Here we go.
Yeah. So that's a great way to explain the product. I love it.
Anyway,
let's do this.
I just want to share everybody what's so great about electrolytes is if you think about energy, you can use carbohydrates, which convert to sugar, or you can use at the molecular level, ions that produce tons of energy that go straight to the blood and straight to the brain.
Wow. Let's do this real quick, Gary. Isabel, I know she's got a couple of good testimonials. Love to hear those. And then you and I can comment on that as well. Okay. Isabel, I'm going to add you up here to the spotlight, and let me know. And then we can bring those testimonials up. Isabel, say hi to Gary, by the way. Gary, say hi to Isabel.
Hi, Isabel.
Hi, Sir Gary. First and foremost,
all these smiling faces, Mel. All this joy. It's so much joy. It's so great to start a Monday morning with all of this joy. You guys look fantastic.
That's great.
Yeah, thank you so much, Sir Gary. And yes, we are way too close for our FDA in the Philippines. And thank you, Chief Mel, and you are very instrumental for this. Thank you, Sir Gary, once more. And yes, we have like 2 people who are gonna share their story, but I'd like to call ladies first. So actually, she's already in her 60s. And actually right now, she is in isolation, but she doesn't look like she's in COVID. So I'd like to call on Miss Remy Nazareno to tell her story. Miss Remy.
I think your co-host also, Isabel, so in case you see her, you can bring her up as well. And then also anybody else, wave your hands if you've got a great testimonial. I know, Mr. Khaldoon, you have some great people on your team that have unbelievable testimonials in Qatar and Dubai and those markets. So if you want to have anybody share, just let me know. But Miss Remy, wave your hand so we can see you. Do you see her, Isabel?
Yeah, she's here. Miss Remy?
Oh, there she is. Yes. Let me bring her onto the spotlight.
Okay, good morning.
Abundance morning.
Abundance, Renal Connectors, Sir Mill Gill, and Sir Gary Ferguson.
Oh, there you go.
And all the Renal Connectors worldwide. Morning.
Good morning.
You know, Sir Gary and Sir Mel, I am sick right now. I used to have been exposed to those COVID victim due to the fact that we are always getting a meeting with the people who are our clients in the renal business industry. Hence, I've been contaminated with a positive status. But right now, I'm staying in my isolation area in one of the hotel here in our town in Calapi, Bohol. But because of the advent of the Black MP living powder, in which I used to take in a very concentrated mixture.
Right.
And since from the very beginning, that is more or less 1 week ago, hence I don't have enough symptoms right now. And I don't even be confined to the hospital. So I am very much thankful with the product, Sir Mel and Sir Gary.
That's great.
Because of that Black MP living powder or living water, I'm here. And according to Ma'am Odi, I look like not have been sick, but
You look
actually
great.
I have.
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
did.
would never know. I would never know that you're sick.
Yes.
You look great.
That's why I'm here in one of the room alone. And even I am celebrating my birthday on October 1 alone. Because my family cannot get, say to me, they are also been quarantined in our home. But because of the effectivity of our product, in which I can shout it to the whole world, this one, that I love Reno. I love the Black MP living powder, in which I am about to recover. No, my feelings is not totally sick, but still I have the symptoms of cough, and even my runny nose has been already eliminated, and some of my pain at the back has also been eliminated. So, as I told before, when I rendering also my story during the time when I became a one-star achiever last few weeks, I've been already telling Sir Mel that I am a diabetic patient before. Then my FBS or fasting blood sugar, which is 160 or 150. Then I have numbness on my lower extremities. But because of this Black MP living powder, this one, my diabetic lower down, the sugar lower down into normal from 84 to 90.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really good. That's incredible. And
yes, sir.
You know, good for you for playing the game of life where you took it seriously. Yeah. You know that your fasting blood sugar had to come down. If I can say this, and if everybody will just write this down and believe it, sugar is the new tobacco. It does more damage to our bodies than almost anything else that we can put into our bodies. Sugar is that bad. Now, do we need sugar for energy? Sure, I buy that, but that's what we've always been told. Electrolytes give you that same amount of energy without the destructive nature that it's doing. So now that you're in the 90s and in the 80s, and that is just wonderful news. And I'm so happy for you because diabetes is destructive. And God bless you for having the courage and the discipline to stay on that path, because it's not easy. Sugar gets in your brain and it just draws that to you, and you just, everything converts to sugar. So to step away and have that kind of result is just fantastic. So that's wonderful news.
Thank you, Sir Gary. That was my story, and I am not ashamed and I am not afraid to tell you all of what's happening on me. And I'm sure I may double my time if God's grace, God's willing, that I'll be fully recovered from this ordeal. No?
Yep. For sure, for sure. God bless you, Remy, and you're going to have a fast recovery. So we look forward to that for sure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this into gallery mode for a second, guys. And here's what I want to do. Let's see here. I've got to find all these controls. I don't usually do all this stuff, but we're going to unmute everybody. We're going to unmute everybody. Wow. Let's see here.
See, who do I have on my screen right now? I have Ruben and Pradeep and Laura and is it Babu? Neela?
Yeah, Mr. Babu.
I'm just reading all the ones at the top of the screen. That's who I see.
All right, so now I think I unmuted everybody. So guys, click unmute. And at the count of three, we're going to wish Miss Remy a happy birthday. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much, Sir Mel.
Yeah.
Gary.
Oh, listen to that.
Happy birthday.
That sounds great.
Okay. Definitely wanted to do that here. There you go, Miss Remy. Did you get all that love? Did you get all that love? Fantastic. All right. I know Mr. Khaldoon has, let's see if we can bring Mr. Khaldoon up here. Where are you, my friend? I'm looking for you. There you are. Okay. We're going to add you up to the spotlight. And I know, Isabel, you have another testimonial, but Mr. Khaldoon is all the way in Dubai. Let's ask you to unmute. Mr. Khaldoon, is it hot in Dubai right now? I can only imagine. How's it going?
Hello, Chief. Hello, Mr. Gary. Thank you so much for this great session. Good evening, good morning, everyone. Yes, no, last 2 days, today and yesterday, the weather, it's great. It's nice. So it's better now.
Awesome. You know what they started in Dubai just this week, Gary, is the World Expo. So I think there's going to be like 25 million people or something outrageous coming in there. Oh, you're muted out, Gary. Let me unmute you here. Hang on.
Got it. Yeah. That's that was actually, I believe it was supposed to have been last year, correct? And like everything else, it kind of got rolled forward.
Yeah,
so,
you know, my dad took us to the World Expo. You know, we were teenagers, 1986, out there in Canada, and that I didn't even know what World Expo was, but what an experience! And that was we drove like 13 hours, me and my cousins and my dad, to get to Canada for the World Expo. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. I actually was looking at seeing how we could get involved with that, but you know, doing prudent things right now. It wasn't. We're not ready to take that leap yet. From it's about $10 million. we're not quite there just yet. So let's stick with getting the product into the Philippines and to.
We'll do that after we get the private jet.
Yeah. We'll come back to Dubai though after Khaldoon grows it and makes it a household name. Then we'll come back to the.
There you go. All right, Mr. Khaldoon, who do we got?
We have Dr. Bassem with us, Chief, and Mr. Gary. Dr. Bassem, he have more than 7 trials, which is real trials. It's been full cured by Black MP living water. It's like a magic, really.
Wow.
Yes.
Let's see if we.
So he's here with me. That's why you'll not find his name, because he's on the other phone.
Oh, okay.
He's on my phone. I will unmute him just to hear from him.
Sure. And let him know that we have started a clinical trial with the powder with our National Institute of Health. So we're involved in a clinical trial now with that, and the hydration effects and the functionality. We've I want to say it's been about a month now. We started working with the National Institute of Health on a clinical trial. So it's headed up by Dr. Lawton Tang of the University of USC Medical Center, and he is overseeing the clinical trial. And I'm excited. I know it's got a ways to go. It's just in its infancy, but getting these trials out there that provide backup for the anecdotal or all of the testimonials is critical, because it validates what each and every one of these, like Remy and her, you know, her experience. These clinical trials will then validate all of those experiences that the individuals have shared with us.
Yeah, yeah. Well, there I see Dr. Basim. How are you, Dr. Basim? Good to see you.
Yes, good to see you, sir. How are you? How is everybody? Good evening, everybody. I will talk about two cases, the first case and the last case. The last case was only 2 weeks ago. She's around 30 years old, female. She got an abscess 6 months ago in a very sensitive area in between the vaginal opening and the anal opening. She was operated in one of the biggest hospitals here, and there was a drain done for her. And she went into double course of cypropay antibiotics. Continuous pus is coming out. In the last 2 weeks, she formed abscess again. I was consulted as a family friend, and I told them I'm going to make this trial based on the osmotic property of our Black and Pea Living Water. I applied Black and Pea Living Water powder on that night using a Band-Aid. And the amazing thing that next day morning, the abscess, which was around 1 centimeter, popped out and all the pus went out. And I give them 3 liters wash out for the Black and Pea Living Water to wash out. What was done in the hospital, they make another opening for the drain when they operated her. So there was a small opening also on the side. Within 5 days, the big pus went down to normal tissue without any calculus or any feeling inside. Wow. After 3 days, it shrank down to 0.5 centimeter. In the 5th, 6th day, according to the report, it was really normal. What was left is only the very small opening of the drain, which was done by the hospital at that time. And, you know, it was very difficult because, you know, I'm not attending the case. I'm telling what to do. The opening is very small to introduce the water inside. So I advise him, I give him also Black and Pea Living Water powder to be used with the ear pick, and it was forced inside. Yesterday, he told me it is like the skin when the burn is healing. So it is less than a pinpoint of a hair coming out. I did not follow it up today, but within 2 weeks, the whole story, which were there suffered for 6 months with double course antibiotic, was not solved. And within 2 weeks, we are going to visit the surgeon in the hospital and tell him what we did and introduce the Black and Pea Living Water to him.
Wow, that's crazy. What took 6 months that didn't get resolved gets done in 2 weeks. That's unbelievable.
Actually, it's done within 6 days because the other opening was not attended properly at that time. So now I am focusing on the small drain opening, which is around 2 millimeter by 2 millimeter. And it's a little bit far away, so it was not treated at that time. Now it is going to heal. I'm pretty sure with the property of the osmotic property of the powder and the alkaline property. Of course, with these things, I think it will heal.
Wow.
And one of the very, very...
Well, hold your thought on that. Hold your thought on that before you go to the next case. Gary, you know, I mean, I'm drinking this all the time, but what are your thoughts on applying it topically? What's the meaning of that? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you see the little...
You are burning my case.
I cut my hand on some tuna the other day, and it was pretty massive gash. And I take the powder and I rub it straight into the cut. Wow. And it accelerates the cell growth. Like I said,
yes.
The the alkalinity, when your blood gets oxygen, when your blood gets the nutrition that it needs, the growth, the expansion, or the amount of growth is rapidly increased. And so it doesn't surprise me, as wonderful it is to hear the stories. Those are amazing stories, because that humic, we've talked about it before, how it gets at the molecular level of these invasions, like these abscess, and it literally will surround it so that it can't attach to anything, and the body can pass it. And that's
Wow.
what's going on.
That's what's happening there.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So,
that's amazing.
Yeah. I mean, other than the annoying pain of having such a large gash on right on my knuckle where it bends all the time, right?
Yeah.
I just keep applying it so that the regeneration will accelerate. But
no, that's good.
Yeah, that's a great story. I mean, it's amazing.
And,
really
the amazing thing is in a very sensitive area, and not always aerated to heal like your wound.
Mm-hmm.
It is really wet and humid, so infection is always there. And here we are preventing the progression of the abscess. And you cannot imagine how happy he was that the abscess disappeared without any fibrotic feeling underneath.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
And that agitation, that's right. That agitation from the humidity or the moisture down there. Well, you walk, there's always friction. And so it never, it's very troubling and annoying and irritating. And so it's great.
So you had one more case, Dr. Basim.
Yes, this case is really amazing. It was the first case actually I tried since 6 months. And I would like to talk about it again. 62 years old male, diagnosed as a skin cancer at that time. And he went to several countries, Germany. He was and they put him in a pool of, medications, liquid like this. And after all these years, he's a colleague actually. And then we met and I told him, I want you to use Black and Pea living water. Mm-hmm. And he got, because of this sick disease in the skin, he got generalized sepsis, and he was admitted in the ICU for almost 2 weeks because, the skin is not protecting. And then he got generalized sepsis. So God bless, he was saved, and he went out from the hospital, and I knew the case. Then I told him, hey man, you need to take Black and Pea living water. Mm-hmm. This will that will improve your immune system. And then I told him, because, he's also a colleague, he cannot accept something without any proof. I told him, I want you to wash, you drink it, okay, but I want you to wash your hands like what we are doing when we are praying. We are washing the hands up to the elbow, both sides. And I told him, please, don't wipe it, let it dry in your skin, because, I cannot put Black and Pea living water on. Yeah. And believe me, within 1 month, he was scratching all the time. I'm sitting with him. After 1 month, his hands were becoming close to normal, and he was saying, Basim, I have nails. You look. And the nails start growing again.
Wow.
Before, the nails were like fungal, it's not coming, and shrink, and, very small. After 1 month, the nail was almost 1/2 of his finger and growing normally. I saw him yesterday. He was amazing. I told him, I want you to do a testimonial. And, he said to me, is it because of Black and Pea living water? Are you sure? I said to him, come on. You've been taking medication for the last 6-7 years. Nothing happened. Yeah, right. You are taking Black and Pea living water now for a month or 2 months. And now you are saying to me, is it because of medication or this one? Let us face the fact. Actually, he's one of my people who's regularly getting Black and Pea living water now, regularly with me.
Regular customer. Yeah.
I want him, it's a little bit expensive for him, but I told him I want him after his shower to use black MP living water as a drain or as a wipe all over his body and let it dry. Let us see what will happen. This will be the next step. I know it's very costly, to do it, but it is.
But
really
life is precious, and so it's worth the expense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 6 years, 6 years of the other medication is no joke,
Yeah.
So we try to, when we give him black MP living water, we boost his immune system against external infection. The skin was improving. The itching in the hands is almost gone. The nails are improving. And, I have another 5-6 cases, but these are really out of my scientific knowledge. Yeah. Thank you very much, sir.
Wow. Thank you, Dr. Basim. You actually changing lives by sharing those stories because it wakes people up onto the possibilities for them and their customers as well. There's a gentleman here that works with Dr. Basim and Mr. Khaldoon. His name is Mr. Saji George. I've put him on the screen, Saji. And Saji is going to take this into India. Can you believe that? The potential of India. Look at the population of India, right? Gary, what do you think? I mean, would this be great to get into India?
Yeah, I think that when you have stories like what you just heard and all of the testimonials, I think that is an opportunity in a land fraught with illness and in desperate need of healing. And I think that we are going to have just innumerous amount of success and testimonials about the different impacts that it has.
Yeah.
While the product is making great strides, the body is really miraculous. And when you give it proper attention, which the black MP powder can do, it's amazing what kind of healing process the body can generate, and so quickly. That's the one thing I think that if you were listening closely to what he was talking about, things were going months and weeks, or days and months and weeks, right? So 6 months along. This is talking about 6 days of healing.
Yeah.
And that's where
that's amazing.
Impact is going to be felt.
Well, Mr. Saji's in Dubai, but he's building a business in India. And Saji, how are you enjoying the product in Dubai? And are you ready to explode it big time in India?
Look, there it is.
There it is. How are you, Saji?
You have that one.
Oh, by the way, Saji's wait till you hear this, Gary. He's one of the top income earners in the entire world of renown right now. He's one of the top income guys.
Wow.
But Saji, it's because he's passionate about what he does. He loves what he does.
He loves
just like
the game of work.
Yeah.
He loves to play the game of work.
That's it. Yeah. I like that. Play the game of work. All right, Saji, how you doing, buddy?
Thank you, Mr. Mel, and thank you, Gary, for the sharing and everything. The knowledge we are giving, we are imparting. And I actually personally, I used the last. I used 3 bottles only until now, because every single day I'm using 1.5 liter water.
There you go, big boy.
Every time.
Sure.
And the thing is, I love this product very much, because I have a lot of dry skin before. My skin is not that much good, but now I'm using. I know the difference there. A lot of difference there.
Okay.
Yeah, dry skin. Sometimes my forehead, or because of here is very hot in this part of the world, 50, something like that.
But by drinking it every day inside, then it's helping your skin on the outside.
For me, I'm very healthy. I'm 54-year-old young boy.
You're a baby.
Yeah, baby. I'm using this one, and moreover, I'm sharing this one to many people. And fortunately, I sent last 2 months back, I sent around 12 products to India by courier. Now people are getting some result. And again, most probably this week, around 48 pieces are somebody sent from USA to India. So many things are happening, and people are yet to experience big way in India. but they are anxiously waiting for this product. And we are also blessed. We are actually in India, in Dubai, we are for only last 4 months only we are using this one. We are still passionate about this one, and a lot of result is there in my team, and we are going to rock with this product. This will be the household product like this, in not only in India, everywhere in the world. I'm saying, I'm always looking. The health is the top priority, not money. Health is my top priority. I work with Mel, and before also there is first time. You know, there is a spray and everything. Still, I am keeping with me. Why I am saying all this spray is still I am keeping, yeah, because I know Mel anything is bringing out of the world.
Yep.
Out of the world. That's why I am with Mel almost a decade, and I made a lot of money with him. And now, not I am looking at money. I am looking for glory.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Well, Saji, you're just a kid in my book. You may be 54, but I'm 58. So you're just a kid.
But I look very young, very
very
healthy.
And you feel good, right? You feel good. Yeah. Sure.
Because he's making that money and he's improving his health with the Black MP. But Saji, let me ask you this, okay? Gary and I are working behind the scenes to obviously get this in every country around the world. However, you know, as we progress now to get this official in India, what can happen with the business? We get this official out there in India. I mean, how much? What do you think could happen to the business?
Chief,
Saji?
I'm very open to say, and India is yet to happen big time, because some great people are joined. Now they are picking up. Right now, 2 people are already hit to 1 star in last week. I want to next week I will introduce you, and they are doing great with Black MB. Not yet to reach there. Still, they're asking me. I need product, and now this month most probably 100 product will be there. And people are very, very, very excited about the product. And they got some people also, some result is there. But let them experience one more, a couple of times, then they will come and share the story, their testimony. And
well, 2022, I mean, it's going to be huge. And, you know, I'll tell you what, here's a statistic. India is actually the largest middle-class spending power in the entire world, the largest middle-class spending power. So, you know, us getting it out there, they all need health. They all need better health. They all need financial freedom. So it's going to be absolutely magical. Thank you so much, Saji, for sharing that and your testimonial. Great to have you here. Let's pop back over to the Philippines for our final testimonial. I'm going to go back to you, Isabel. So who do we have? I know you said you had a second testimonial.
Yes, Chief. I have to call on Ayan. He is from Bacolod, and just like this week, Black MP living powder is making waves in this city. So I would like to call on Ayan Medallia, please.
Okay, let's. If you see Ayan, you can also add spotlight.
Yeah. Ayan.
I thought I saw it earlier.
Wave, Ayan.
Yeah, he's there. I think
there he is. Okay, I see him. Let's grab you.
Elias Ramel.
There he is. Hey, Ayan, how are you, my friend?
Okay.
Doing good. Thank you.
Hello, hello.
Hi, Gary.
Hi.
So yeah, before I start up, I just want to thank you for sharing that, about electrolytes today. I'm really grateful that I was able to hear about what you shared earlier today, because my grandma also died in diabetes. Actually, it's in the family. I have also relatives.
Right. It's hereditary. Yep. So we all got to pay attention to it. Yeah.
Right. And that brings me to, I'm just so thankful that we have this product, the Black MP. I have this because I really love sodas. My wife actually would scare me off from soda just, by reminding me what happened to my grandparents and what my relative has, and hearing what you shared about diabetes and what it does in our body, that really opens up, my mind to stay away from those bad things that can really do harm in your health.
You know, and even though it's hard, I'll sympathize with you in this regard. Sugar is so addicting. That's why I call it the new tobacco. It has addictive qualities and characteristics that it works on our brain. It works on our psyche. It works, but you feel it in your body. You're craving it. It creates the jitters. It creates all this inside of you that it just, you want to satisfy that. And if we can get through that, if we can supplement it with, say, electrolytes, right? We can replace that craving, then you have a better chance. But see, diabetes doesn't, it's not like a cold that goes away. It's like luggage. It stays with you forever. Tell me one person that's ever traded out their luggage. You get a piece of luggage, it stays with you forever. Well, that's what diabetes does and sugar does. You have to battle it all the time. So to have a product that can replace the energy demand that your body needs so that you don't crave the sugar is one of the ways that we can constantly battle this. It's just a wretched disease, diabetes. And I sympathize with everybody. And I, like you, I have to check my blood all the time. I'm always worried about it. You know, like I said, I'm 58. So how are my organs functioning? And the one thing that I know is taking this product hydrates my body and keeps my organs hydrated. And that's sugar dehydrates your body because it breaks down your blood cells, and that accelerates the aging process of your organs. So by hydrating your blood and hydrating your organs, you return that lifespan back to your life expectancy. And that's very, very important. Like so good for you for recognizing that.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because, you know, I'm still 38, you know, and I have 3 kids. So we're not planning into getting sick. Right. So I work in the evening. I work graveyard because my client is actually from the US. So I work at night. And what I do is I would usually, that was before, I would usually have soda in the fridge, right? So when I feel sleepy, you know, I would just go in and grab some. And now when we have this Black MP, I would have a pitcher full of Black MP in the fridge, have it cold and nice, you know, and I replaced that to, instead of drinking soda, this what I'm taking right now, and you can really feel the difference. You have the energy, because I think before what my body was craving was sugar. So that's why when I get some soda, I feel active again. So I can go through my entire shift. But you know, this
and see you. And what's amazing about what you're just talking about, see, you've actually given yourself 2 strikes. Number one, you have the hereditary issue of fighting diabetes. Number 2, you're a vampire. You work when the body is generally expected to sleep. So the energy that you're expelling during your work window, your challenge is not just to fight down the sugar, but your challenge is also to give your body that resting period, that sleep. And when you're not on the natural window of sleep, your body has an energy desire that it needs to have satisfied, and that sugar would crave or would fill that serving. So no sleep or a different sleeping pattern than your body's used to or supposed to have. And then the hereditary issues. So really the fact that you're doing this and staying disciplined to it, I commend you, because that's really, that's a challenging task that you have in front of you. So congratulations to you. And I would just encourage you to, it's the game of work. This is your passion. This is your moment. Think of it that way and make sure that you win at the game of work. And the way you're going to win is by having this water and hydrate your body. That's very, very important. So good for you.
Go win, Ian. Go in, Ian.
Look at this. My pitcher is almost empty.
Yeah, right. That's right. So
I'll share with you a little tip there, Ian. You know, I drink the water regular, right? But when I make it super ice cold, it seems the body just feels more like refreshed about it. And so, you know, if you're late at night on that graveyard shift, if you have it a little bit extra cold, man, your body will just be like so thankful. I mean, that's what I've noticed. You know, because I work those long hours. So
that's why I have my my Black MP nice and cold.
There you go. There you go.
Yep.
Hey, Mel.
Yep.
I got about 6 minutes left till my next one.
No, I got you. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, because we heard all the testimonials that wanted to share today. Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Just wanted to let's see, where are we going here? Where are we going here? Give me a second. I'm just pulling people. Here we go. All right, so this has been an unbelievable event, so educational, inspirational, and man, I'm gonna just like, you know, you just like you know, it's just like amazing, right? And thanks so much for being here, Gary, because it makes such a difference. It definitely makes such a huge difference. Can't wait to this pandemic to be over so we can travel around the globe, get on stage, inspire people. You know, we've got the #1 health product. I think Saji said it very, very clearly, is that, you know, Mel's not going to just bring you a product that fits into the marketing plan. See, because what I know is if the product, people not just want it, but they know that they need it, they want it and need it, and they run out of the bottle, then you've got a real business. Then it's not a game, it's not a marketing plan, it's not a compensation plan. It's a real residual income business. And us starting with the Black MP powder, and I'll zip my lips on what's next. Gary knows what's next, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're not going to leak it out, but it's very, very exciting for the future of what we're about to do. And when people run out of it, you know, they need to know that they need it. Today, they heard about the electrolytes and diabetes. They need to know that they need it, and they need to want it. And that's why we have this product, because it's the #1 health product, in my opinion, in the entire world. But what I'm going to do right now is close it out with, you know, your thoughts on the event today, Harold, and then we'll wrap it up with Mr. Pradeep. Harold and Pradeep are the 2 top income earners in the entire company. Gary, so they're really leading the way, building a worldwide business. I mean, we've got now Thailand. Thailand's got Black MP, the country of Thailand. Cool. Ireland has Black MP, and we just shipped the first few orders to Australia. You know, and it's all through this network here. So Harold, let's ask you to unmute your final comments on today's event.
Okay, thank you very much, Jeff. Gary, thank you very much. You are really the man, and I'm so happy to hear everything right now. I have written so much in my notes right now. This is so unfair, Chief, you know, having the best compensation plan and then having the #1 product. I mean, what can you say, man? I mean, I just can't understand why people even cannot. I mean, come on. I'm just excited every single time because you have both in your hand. And if you will still not earn anything in this, I just don't know why. So, ladies and gentlemen.
The other thing we learned today, Harold, is that we got the product and the greatest compensation plan, the greatest product, but now we've got a bunch of little Harold electrolytes all in our system.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
It's crazy. It's crazy, guys.
That was a great analogy, Gary. That was fun.
I hear it, and I'm just even laughing deep inside me. It's really some. Well, it's something that I can really tell you that the product really. Just like I run every single day, I run like at least 5 times in a week. Then I listen to the electrolytes. Now I understand why everything, because everything in my body right now, as if it's regenerate, it's all younger for me because I can when I want to sleep, I can sleep. When I don't want to sleep, I don't want to sleep. It's just like that. It's amazing, and the energy which I'm having right now is, I believe I am 30 years younger deep inside me. That's why I will reach the age of 150, Chief.
God bless. God bless. For sure. For sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I got to run. I got another call. So God bless everybody. It's really exciting to see the growth. Every time I come on here, there's more and more people. So if I can jump off, Mel, continue on. But thank you all for letting me have a few minutes of your time.
Everybody raise it up. Raise it up for Gary.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Okay. Gary, I have a question in the chat box, and this question is for you. It just probably take you a minute. Somebody's asking if a patient with renal failure, if they can use Black MP Living Water.
Say with renal failure?
Yes.
I've never, you know what? Let me get back. Pradeep, I'll look that one up. I don't know that answer myself, and I don't want to misguide anything. So I want to look it up, and I'll get you back to you. Okay? Because I don't know all of the parameters of what that means. So let me get that. Let me find out, and I'll check with our doctors, our chief medical officers, and then I'll get back to you with a real good definitive answer. Okay.
Perfect. Perfect. Thanks, Gary, again.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
Thank you all.
We'll see you later.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Gary.
Cheers. Bye-bye. All right, Gary. Pradeep, we'll let you close it out with the final sentence, my friend. Go for it.
Thank you so much, Chief, and good evening, everyone. Well, to be very honest with you, what more can we actually ask for? The perfect product, the perfect compensation plan, first movers advantage. We're just getting launched in your markets. We're just getting launched in the global market. It's the perfect scenario for a person who has never tried network marketing. Now, for all those people who've actually been in network marketing and who knows how network marketing actually the story unfolds, this cannot be a better position. I mean, think about this. I mean, you know, there are companies like Amway, which have been around for decades. And you're actually joining a company like that right at the beginning, right at the top, and everything that's actually going to happen is going to happen below you in the future, right? So how excited should you be for 2022? How excited should you be for 2023? Now, in 2020 and 2021, during the pandemic, we've already seen so many great testimonies with regards to the products, with regards to the compensation plan, with regards to the money testimonies. But can you imagine when these products get more out there universally, how big the testimonies are going to be? You know, I mean, when I talk to Chief, I get goosebumps every time I do that, because he said, we need to get you guys to $40,000 to $50,000 a month. Now, this is the owner of the company talking. He says, we need to get you to $40,000 to $50,000 a month. Now, if you actually evaluate the plan, $50,000 a month is only 10% of our plan. So even if you get to $50,000 a month, you still have a lot of $500,000 to go from there also. So what is $50,000? I need each and every one in this room to actually ask yourself one simple question. What is $50,000 going to do for you and your family? And if it's going to do something, then I would say, let's do it. I really like the fact that, you know, Gary said, you know, building the business is like playing a game, and you got to, you know, be enthusiastic about it, and you should be thinking win-win, and you should plan your next move. So I think the Zoom, Chief, has been an amazing Zoom, fantastic knowledge, more and more knowledge on the products, more knowledge on, you know, understanding where we're actually going from. And we've got a very, very long way to go. The game is just about to begin. I would say the dice have not yet been rolled. All I would tell each and every one globally, it's let's roll the dice, fasten your seatbelts, and get on the Renown rocket. Because this is going to go like a rocket. It's going to go really, really fast. And we can't do it without you. You know, we all are the founding members who are a part of the Zoom. We are all the global founding members. And the journey is yet to begin. We're still warming up. And Chief, fantastic news and congratulations, Philippines. He said we are that close to getting the FDA approval. That's an amazing news. And with that, I think this rocket is all set to go. Chief, with regards to India, no doubt about it, India is the highest middle-class spending community in the world. And I would say once we actually launch India, hitting 100,000, 200,000 products a month would not be very, very difficult. So really looking forward to it and very, very excited. Thank you so much, Chief. Back to you.
Definitely moving forward on all fronts. You know, we already announced the Dubai event at the Grand Excelsior Hotel, We announced the Philippines Boracay event. And this upcoming week, we're going to announce the USA event. So it's getting unbelievable. The other thing I wanted to mention, not only was October 1st, the start of Rocktober. However, it was also Miss Remy's birthday, which was fantastic. However, here's another fact. It was also the 1-year anniversary because we registered the new management, the Renown Global LLC trade license on October 1st last year. So October 1st started, yeah. So It's our company trade license, Renault Global LLC birthday. Birthday is October 1st. So very, very excited to celebrate that. We completed the year, and it's been unbelievable. And so folks that are, you're all brand new. You're all part of this new mission that we're on right now. As Pradeep said, this compensation plan, I mean, even if you're making $50,000 a month, you're not even tapping into it. And the events that are coming up at the Grand Excelsior in Dubai, in the Boracay, the USA event that's coming up that we're going to announce this week. I mean, those events then fuel it to the next level. That's what it does. It gets you closer to that $50,000 a month, and it grows the company and it grows you. So super excited about what's next with our products. Gary didn't hint that side of it, which was great because I made sure that, we had to zip our lips, but it's getting better and better and better. And now, as we get the product ready to enter India, and Pradeep just shared with you the magnitude of that possibility, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun because you know what? As the testimonials of financial freedom increase and increase and increase, things start to get faster and we get closer to something called momentum. Momentum is something that will change your life because that's what happened to me. So I speak from personal experience. At 21 years old and my wife was 19, we got caught into a momentum situation and it just went ballistic. And that's exactly what's going to happen to your team, whether maybe it's in 2022. We don't know. Maybe it's in 2023. But when that momentum hits, magical, unbelievable, and you will see things skyrocket to a whole other magnitude that you've never seen before. And I wish that for all of you. I wish that for all of you. God bless everybody. Have a fantastic rest of the week. We'll see you at the top. Bye-bye for now. God bless everybody.